Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Carter Vincentini. We're a full service real estate marketing firm. So we're going to be talking everything real estate when it comes to what it is that we're doing here. But if you're a realtor, thanks for watching. If you're in the same space, thanks for watching. I'm going to be dropping the sauce for you guys today and showing you the back end of a campaign. And like I said in the intro, exactly what it is that we were doing to generate 250 leads for this team in 90 days. Now, we didn't just generate leads. Obviously, we got a tangible result from this. There's money that was made from a lead. Now, in general, when it comes to real estate, our average leads life cycle is around 2 to 6 months. So when you're generating this amount of leads, regardless, stuff is going to happen, whether it's in a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, half a year, really doesn't matter. If you have the proper back end put in place and you have the systems and infrastructure that you've implemented into your client's business, stuff's going to happen eventually from it regardless. You're going to be nurturing these people, sending them emails, SMSs. When they are serious about buying or selling, they're going to remember that specific team in that area, reply back to it, and then they're going to turn into a deal. But the main takeaway from this video is that you constantly need to be thinking of new ideas, being innovative, and genuinely thinking of the pain points people are experiencing today in the current market that we're in. So whether that's homes are really cheap right now and everyone's selling because they want to upsize and get a new home, or bungalows are in. This is the day and age of everyone loves bungalows, so everyone's purchasing a bungalow. Well, then you're going to run a bungalow ad. Or everyone's selling their home and they're moving into condos, so you're going to run ads regarding sell your home and move into the top condos. You always just need to be adapting to the market. So you can't be running the typical ads that have been running for the last decade, like get a free home evaluation, get a custom list of homes. Like that stuff just isn't going to work anymore. It's not going to cut it. Now, luckily, shout out to Parker, the CEO, my right hand man. That's basically what his job is. He's constantly being innovative, thinking of new ideas, watching videos, market research, and just always coming up with new shit to split test on new accounts to see what's going to just essentially pop off. Otherwise, if you're not doing that stuff, you're not doing the uncomfortable things, testing new strategies, thinking of a new idea, what are people feeling in today's market, nothing is ever going to change. And this is marketing. Things definitely need to change all the time. It's not a cookie cutter business. It's not a copy and paste business. So things always need to be changing. So essentially, this strategy is hitting on a pain point that people are feeling in today's market. The only reason I'm essentially showing you this, guys, is because it's old. We're not even running it anymore. It kind of died off essentially. So I'm not going to show you guys this when we were actively running it and it was doing, very, very well, because otherwise I'm sure there would be a surplus of maybe these campaigns or ads running. Not saying that I have a massive following, but I'm sure still a lot of people would start running it. So unfortunately, I am showing you guys this now because we're not running it anymore and we've moved on to a new strategy that's starting to work very, very well. But you never know. Maybe if you're in a different market, somewhere overseas or in the US somewhere, this strategy still could work for you. There was a lot of new systems put in place to make this successful. Obviously, when we're developing new strategies, not just coming up with the creatives, there's a whole back end system for it, developing all the automations, the landing page, then making tweaks as far as from a quality perspective. So I'm going to show you guys what was really good about the strategy and then what was really bad and what we had to do to essentially make it good. So we're going to actually explain a little about this client, who they are, what they do. They're a real estate team operating in the Southern Ontario area. We've been working with them for around a year now. They're a good team. They're on a highest level package. So we're doing everything for them. We're controlling everything we can control, which is what I like to say. I'm doing all the marketing, managing all the ads. We have the full-time ISA team placed in their accounts. So our team's calling the leads. We're booking the appointments, tracking all those conversions. We're quite literally doing everything: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Google ads, lead calling, CRM development, landing page development. You guys are already aware of everything that we do. We're handling their entire marketing backend, and their role is to jump on bi-weekly catch-up calls with us so we can go over numbers, what's working, and to essentially take the in-person appointments that we're booking them, phone appointments that we're booking them, and to close deals. So just so you know where this client is at, and now I'll jump onto their ads manager and actually show you the campaign we were running. So here it is, as you can see on my screen right now, from June 1st to August 31st of 2024, we got 250 leads with an average cost per lead of $6 and spending $1,500 in ad spend. So to get an average cost per lead of $6 over the duration of 90 days is pretty fucking amazing, especially in the real estate space, as I'm sure you guys probably know. So in 90 days, we got 84,000 impressions across all the different ads we were running. We reached 25,000 accounts, average click-through rate of 2.34%. Like I said, 250 leads in 90 days. So this is the magical campaign. It is called a rent to own campaign. So as you can see, they're all turned off now. We're no longer running it, but this is essentially the strategy we're implementing. So I will go through these creatives and show you exactly what worked. But first, I'll show you the creative that did the best, which would be this one right here. $5.18 cost per lead, 76 leads, generated the most. So we'll show you this one. So this is the ad, rent to own campaign. So as you guys can see, creative, very, very simple. Just says rent to own and then has little bulletin points here. I can't really see that. It says get more information, a learn more button. Overall, pretty simplistic. They had decent decent engagement, 17 likes, 2 comments for spending, $390 on the ad. So here's the actual ad copy. You might explain a little bit about what this offer actually is. So the primary text, I like to call it the primary text. That's the very first thing you see before you click see more. It says, save while you own in Hamilton. Turn your rent payments into a down payment for your future home with rent. And then you gotta click see more. With rent to own strategy, you invest in your home while living in it. Build equity, invest in your future. Tap learn more now to learn how a rent to own program can make your dream of home ownership a reality. Start building your equity today. Get more information. Boom. 76 leads with an average of $5.18 over 90 days, spending $400 on that ad. Absolutely fucking crushed it. Now, as you guys probably know, first I'll show you guys the different creatives. Overall, we didn't really run new creatives. We just split tested different ad copies with the exact same ad we were running because this was the winning ad. Clearly, we ran these ones before and they didn't work. So look at how crazy this is. Just a simple creative change. Like imagine we gave up right here. We run this rent to own strategy. We were running 2 creatives, or we were probably running these 3 right here. Yeah, we definitely were. We were running these 3 right here. This one got no leads after spending $50. This one got 2 leads after spending $50 with 2 $25 cost per leads. This one probably got a $6 cost per lead. And we're like, oh, okay, sweet. So look at how crazy it is that this creative just worked that much better than these 2 right here for whatever reason. I have absolutely no idea. That's just the name of this game and how it works. But this one worked that much better that we ran 4 new copies and they all just fucking did it astonishing well just because the creative was good is obviously if I had to imagine what happened here. But regardless, essentially the main pros to this campaign. So the main pros to this campaign is that obviously you can get an insane amount of volume. But first, let's talk about why this campaign just worked in general. You're hitting on a pain point that people are feeling in today's market or just in any market in general. We're actually just hitting on like a smaller niche. It's people that are renting. They're maybe trying to buy their first home or they can't afford to buy their first home. So we figured out there was this rent to own strategy that people can implement to actually end up getting their first home. It's very confusing. You can search it. A rent to own strategy is a bunch of websites on it and you can figure out what that is. But clearly a lot of people rent because they want to eventually buy their first home. So we're hitting on a little small niche or just a niche in general. Ended up working very well. That's why we got an insane amount of volume. So that was a pro that we got clearly a ridiculous amount of volume. Now with usually a ridiculous amount of volume means very, very low quality. So that was a problem we were running into is that everyone was just very unqualified. So what we did was, okay, we're getting a lot of volume. People are unqualified. What we're going to do is instead of using an instant form, we're going to drive all these people to an exact landing page that we'll develop for this rent own campaign. And we're going to have a survey on there that reduces friction. We'll just make people click check boxes so they don't actually have to type anything in. But we're going to ask all the qualifying questions in order for them to qualify for this rent own campaign. So that's what we did a month into this. As soon as we did that, quality was way better. The appointments actually made more sense. People were going through the process. Finally, within the first, 2.5 months, we got a lead. They're fully pre-approved for a $500,000 home. And now we have this database of 200 people. We're getting more quality leads and it was working very, very well. So it still took us 2 months to get actually a tangible individual that turned into money essentially for that client. This isn't something that just happened. We started running it and then all of a sudden a week, the client was getting deals left, right, and center. It's still not how it worked. Like you got a $500,000 lead 2 months in, so they'll still make, $13,000, $12,000 from that one lead, which obviously spending $1,500 in ad spend is phenomenal. So that's why real estate's nice, because if you set good expectations for your client in the early stages, they will understand how this stuff works. The longer you do the marketing, it's the compounding effect, the easier and easier things get. But hopefully you guys got some value out of this video. If you did, feel free to comment down below with any questions, maybe some things you're curious about, and I can make a video on it next week. Subscribe. It'd be cool to hit 10K subscribers by the end of this year, but overall, it doesn't really matter. I'm staying away from the typical SMA content for the most part for now. And you guys have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.